Hi, my name is Michael Lamb. I'm the president and co-founder of nativeMsg. And today I wanted to talk to you about conversational ads, and specifically conversational ads for B2C e-commerce retailers that are looking to increase conversions, which probably most of you are. And we think we have a great solution for that. So we're going to talk about how we helped a billion-dollar e-commerce retailer achieve 18% conversion rate in 30 days, all using conversational ads. So you're probably asking yourself, what is a conversational ad? And that's a great question because conversational ads never existed before. And the reason that conversational ads are so exciting is because conversational ads deliver an entirely brand new ad experience using existing infrastructure and simply swapping out your creative. A conversational ad is an ad that has a conversational interface integrated into it. Why is that important? That's important because typically ads have been very static. You can put in animation, a little video, but the end user has never really been able to interact inside of an ad. Conversational ads are going to deliver increased engagement, increased participation, which will ultimately lead to increased conversions. The other really, really exciting part about the conversational ads is the ability to track and capture insights and activity while the user is interacting inside of the ad. These conversational ads really allow you to begin to capture insights and data that was never available before, to really begin to understand your audience. It's one thing to go and target ads to a certain demographic and create personas. It's an entirely different thing to be able to have an ad unit that you can put out there that's going to actually tell you what your audience is interested in, what they're looking for, what their likes are, what their dislikes are, and really provide you with some data that will be invaluable in targeting the correct audience moving forward. So now what I'd like to do is walk you through a case study and actually show you some results from a conversational ad campaign that, as I mentioned already, that we did with a billion-dollar B2C e-commerce retailer that achieved an 18% conversion rate in 30 days. And as you can see, there were 3 different ads. Each one of them is roughly about 200,000 impressions. And there are some other columns here, messages per user, conversion, and then conversion per unique. The one thing I also want to point out is these ads were industry standard sizes, 300 by 600, using, existing ad platforms and ad exchanges, DSPs that are out there in the marketplace currently. So this client, we worked with them to basically create new ads, come up with the ideas for the ads, design those ads, develop those ads, and execute on a campaign all within 30 days. So let's take a look at the results here and go over some of the different numbers. And as you will see, the conversion and the conversion per unique are probably something you're used to when you're looking at ad metrics. But now we have messages per user. And as I mentioned, because these are interactive, engaging, really two-way ads, there are conversations that are happening inside of the ad, and those messages are being transferred back and forth. So as you can see, there were quite a few messages that were exchanged while the user was engaging inside of the ad. And then let's take a look at the conversion. And when we look at the conversion, we'll see each one of those ads really did very well from a conversion standpoint with an average conversion rate of, about 9%, 8.6%. But where it gets really interesting is when you start to look at the conversion rate per unique user. And as you can see in the results from these ads, one of the ads was 14%, one of the ads was 16%, and the last ad was 23% conversion. That is really just off the charts from a conversion perspective and from what we're seeing out there in the marketplace regarding, obviously, average conversion rates, which you're aware of, and we don't need to get into that. They're certainly not 23%. But then you look at the average, and the average was 18% conversion rates. And by simply swapping out the creative and providing a new type of ad unit that is engaging, that is interactive, that allows your audience to become part of your brand experience and part of the conversation will ultimately increase conversions. Now that we've gone through an actual case study from one of our clients, we've talked about a lot of percentages, and obviously we're talking about increasing conversions. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what's important is making money. And increasing conversion rates obviously has an effect on the bottom line and has an effect on revenue. But what do those numbers actually look like, and what does it actually correlate to? So what we've done here is we've put together a basic calculator that will calculate the return on ad spend based upon 4 different factors. And in the table, we have impressions, click-through rates, conversion rates, and average order value. And those are the 4 different variables that really, as you know, tie into determining return on ad spend. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through a couple of different examples with you right now so you can actually see what return on ad spend looks like for an 18% conversion or even a 23% conversion. But really, maybe you're just looking for a 10% conversion rate, and that's enough. So let's take a look and see what that does also. So we're going to leave impressions at 1 million. We're going to leave the CPMs obviously stay consistent. The click-through rates we'll leave right now. But what I'm going to do first with the conversion rate is I'm going to take the 4% conversion rate and we're going to bump it up to a 9% conversion rate. And that was the conversion rate for one of the ads from the case study. And as you can see, that takes your orders from 124 to 279. It drops down the cost per acquisition, increases the sales, obviously. And now, instead of making $6.20 for every dollar you spend, now you're making $13.95. Looks good, doesn't it? I think so. It looks great. But now, let's say you wanted to achieve a 14% conversion rate. And when we look at those numbers, now you can see again pretty dramatic changes in the numbers across the board. I don't need to go through all of those. You can see all of the math for yourself right there. So we still haven't put in the conversion rate for the ads for the unique conversion that we saw in that case study. So let's do that now. So if I change this to 18%, once it goes up to 18%, you are now realizing $27.90 for every dollar that you spend. But now let's take a look at what 23% looks like. And we punch in 23%, and now we are making $35.65 for every dollar that we spend on advertising. So as you can see from this calculator, percentages are one thing, dollars are another. And wouldn't you love to be able to go from a 4% conversion rate and making $6.20 for every dollar you spend to a 23% conversion rate and making $35.65 for every dollar that you spend? That's the power of conversational ads. So let's talk about who this is for. This is for B2C e-commerce and innovation VPs, managers, and marketers, and really anybody that's trying to increase conversion rates and you're struggling and you're trying to find a better way, a better solution for increasing these conversion rates than using numerous ad tech solutions that are promising to solve the conversion problem but require a ton of investment in time and money, along with integrations. And anytime the word integration comes up, I'm sure you just tune it out. Because integrations require developers, they require technical staff, they require time and energy and effort that you probably don't have or have access to. You're also tired of spending hours setting up campaigns to see minimal ROI, and your conversion rates are just not moving in the right direction. Current vendors are not delivering on their promises, and you suspect some of those metrics, some of those numbers, they're not really providing an accurate review of the actual results that are actually happening. And then there are the digital agencies who promise really sometimes the impossible. And they require large budgets, very expensive to try to solve that conversion problem. But the reality is you're probably just making them a lot more money and you're not seeing the results that you would like to see. So you decide you're going to bring it in-house. And when you bring up the idea of bringing this all in-house to try to solve the problem, you're either told it would take too long or there aren't enough resources internally to make this happen. You have to explain why ad spend did not convert and that money was wasted on another overpriced agency or an ad tech solution. And you are really looking for a better, faster, easier way to hit your ROI targets and increase conversion rates. So let's keep going. We both know you can attempt to achieve an 18% conversion rate using third-party data, cobbling together multiple MarTech and ad tech solutions, and adding a little bit of magic, and then hoping for the best. However, managing this Frankenstein stack is never easy, requires massive commitments and resources from a time and a cost perspective, and it really rarely produces the results you're looking for and never comes with a guarantee. Because how are you going to get 3 different vendors that all have to be integrated together to provide you with a guarantee? It's just not going to happen. So really, we're the only company dedicated to solving this problem, the conversion problem, by consolidating the purchase funnel in ad for B2C e-commerce companies. An entirely brand new way of looking at how to solve the conversion problem. The conversion problem has really been difficult to navigate for e-commerce retailers. But the truth of the matter is, it's not your fault. There are so many external factors that are going on. I just want to touch on a couple of those right now. Obviously, e-commerce is growing and expanding faster than ever due to the current environment that we're in. When we start to look at technology and the advancements in technology, and specifically these acronyms here, AI, NLP, ML, I'm sure most of you have probably heard of these, they're really starting to deliver on the next generation of display ad creative. And with more people online than ever before, there's never been a better time to reach your audience and to try new options. Cookies are going away. Zero and first-party data has never been more important in this cookieless environment that we are going through right now. So you can either focus on the problems these trends are creating, or you can spend time looking for opportunities. And I bet you look for opportunities or you wouldn't be reading this or listening to me. You're probably thinking to yourself at this point, who is this guy? And how does he know all of this? Well, let me give you a little background on myself. I'm an accomplished entrepreneur that has been responsible for generating tens of millions of dollars in revenue for clients across multiple verticals. And these verticals include QSR, CPG, airlines, automotive, entertainment, retail, all over the board. Been able to work with a lot of really great companies and help them uncover opportunities that they might not have thought existed. With a consistent track record of taking visionary ideas from inception to profitable businesses, we have really been able to, for lack of a better term, see the future and really understand trends and consumer behaviors before most other people do. nativeMsg was started in 2017 along with a co-founder from a previous venture that we started in 2003. And that company was started inside of the messaging space before most people even saw the opportunity. This was before the iPhone, the App Store, the Facebook, the TikTok, all of these different things. Social media didn't even exist, but we were able to really understand where things were moving and how they were moving to be able to develop a solution that really assisted many clients in generating massive amounts of revenue. So with most ventures, as you begin to go down the path of let's start another company, let's solve this problem, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? When we started working on nativeMsg, we had a client approach us. And he asked if we were able to take these conversational media units and integrate them into a display ad. And he specifically asked, hey, can you put that in an ad? And can I deliver it programmatically? Because I think conversions would be off the charts if we were able to do that. So as with, most things, it was right under our noses, but we didn't see it until someone brought it to our attention. We've also partnered with some of the largest names in tech, including Google and Samsung, to bring the next generation technology solutions to the marketplace. Our focus is really on delivering solutions for B2C e-commerce companies to help them increase their conversions. Here's the 4-step process for how we helped a $1 billion B2C e-commerce retailer achieve an 18% conversion rate in 30 days using conversational ads. I'm going to walk you through all 4 here real quick. Number 1, first we have to create engaging, interactive conversational ads. Number 2, we need to consolidate the purchase funnel by integrating traditional landing page elements into the conversational ad. This is a big, big piece of why these conversational ads are so successful. The next, we want to deploy those conversational ads across multiple channels. And then finally, we're going to use all of the data that we have collected and all of the insights that we've captured to refine the customer journey and the conversational ad experience. We then rinse, repeat, and watch conversions skyrocket. So now let's go through the steps in a little more detail. Step 1, as I mentioned already, create engaging, interactive conversational ads. Before, when you wanted to increase your conversion rates, you would have to create lots and lots of static ads, monitor each channel and landing page to see how your audience or your customers are engaging with those ads. But now, you can use nativeMsg to build conversational ad experiences that create an engaging customer experience and increase conversions while you have their attention. See how easy that is? Higher engagement equals higher conversion. Makes sense, right? But how do you create engagement in an ad? Typically ads are static. There's really nothing to interact with. So when your audience is engaged, they're actually participating in your company and brand experience. And the interactive conversational ads provide opportunities for higher in-ad engagement. The level of engagement translates into relationship and trust building, which every company or brand that's out there is focused on. How do we increase engagement? How do we build trust? How do we create loyalty? How do we create a relationship with our customer and with our audience? And engaging interactive ads produce higher conversion rates because the engagement is happening in the ad. We are seeing roughly an average of, 18 seconds in ad where people are actively engaging in the ad. And as we looked at earlier, there are messages being exchanged back and forth. As I mentioned previously, conversational ads, they never existed before. So there's a lot of questions people have about those. And as I'm going through this 4-step process, I'm going to be answering and going over a lot of those questions. So one of the questions we always get is, who builds these conversational ads? And we have many templates that we can provide to get you started. We can assist in the design, development, kind of strategy, if you will, around conversational ads, provide you with training, or you can do it all yourself. Most people don't do it themselves. We really help a lot of people in the beginning, but then as they start to understand how the conversational ads work, they're really able to do it themselves. So it really depends on how you like to work, and we're very flexible that way. Can I customize the conversational ads at any point in time? Yes, you absolutely can. By simply going into the platform and updating the conversational ad, that updates the conversational ad in real time while that ad is in market. So it's updated instantaneously. If there are changes that you want to make, if there are products that are out of stock, if there's wording, language, all of the different things that come up, the ads can absolutely be customized and changed in real time. Another one that we get a lot is, do I have to change the way I buy or deploy advertising campaigns? No. As I mentioned earlier, conversational ads are simply a new creative. All of your existing media buys are the same. The tools and the platforms that you're using are the same. And all you're simply doing is swapping out a tag and providing a new piece of creative. And that includes paid social and display. And then there's also options for organically delivering these ads as well. Now on to step 2. Consolidate your purchase funnel by integrating traditional landing page elements into a conversational ad. An entirely brand new concept. Because before, you would have to work with multiple vendors, as we talked about, and cobble together those solutions, where you are creating a complex and costly Frankenstein stack of solutions. The reality is having too many steps, as you know, in your purchase funnel from ad to shopping cart greatly reduces conversions. So why not move more of the funnel into the ad? Because now you can consolidate the purchase funnel in a conversational ad with the ability to locate and discover new products, provide product-specific rich media, and the ability for a user to add an item to their shopping cart directly in ad. Conversational ads remove friction and lead to higher conversion. The conversational ads remove friction because, as we talked about already, we are consolidating the purchase funnel and elements of traditional landing pages into an ad. And we as consumers, we're always looking for an easier way and a more intuitive way to buy things. And really most things today, we're trying to save ourselves time. With avoiding the headache of having to wait to get from point A to point B. Most of the time when we interact or contact a company or a brand, we know what it is we're looking for. And unfortunately, we have to go through them to get it. And with attention spans decreasing, I actually read something the other day that humans have a shorter attention span than goldfish, which I thought was very interesting. But we're always, looking for unique, engaging, interactive experiences. And conversational ads do that, and they drive results in real time. And they're designed to streamline the discovery and the sale of merchandise across many different, what we call channels. And those channels are display, social, messaging. All of those different channels really tie together to create increased conversions. I have some more questions here that I want to go over. And the first one is, can a user really purchase a product in a conversational ad? And the answer is yes, but there are dependencies. And those dependencies are, does the channel support commerce? Where is the ad being viewed? What type of device? And what is the form factor? And what are the payment options that have been set up by the merchant to facilitate those transactions? How do I track conversational ad metrics? Well, it really depends on the metric. There's many different ways to track the effectiveness of conversational ads. You have your traditional click-through, but then you also have what's called actions completed. And that's really understanding how users are interacting and engaging with the ad. What items are they looking at? What paths are they going down? What journeys are they going on? And then ultimately, it's purchases, sales, right? The ability to track a user from a conversational ad interaction all the way through to a purchase. Can I see the path that users are taking while they're engaging with the conversational ads? You bet. All of the activity for all of the users while they are interacting inside of those ads, every button they click, every question they ask, everything they enter is all being captured and collected. Now we're on to step 3. Deploy conversational ads across multiple channels. This one is really, really important because before, when you wanted to deploy ads in multiple channels, as you know, you had to work with different platforms, different vendors. Everybody is owning a different piece of the different consumer touch points. For example, if you're going to create a messenger bot, a messenger vendor, a Twitter bot, if you're doing text messaging, if you are looking to develop landing pages, all of these different things would all have to be using different vendors. And it's incredibly time consuming to manage multiple platforms, right? The credentials, all the usernames and passwords. Working with an agency or managing it all in-house to create all of the different ads for all of these different channels. It's also slow and it requires a lot of people to manage the ad creation and deployment process. Now, you can use nativeMsg to create these interactive, branded conversational ads that work across many messaging, social, ad, and landing page environments without all the time and cost associated with current solutions. So we're talking here about the ability to not only deploy these ads across multiple channels, but also the ability to consolidate your different vendors all under one platform. As you can imagine, using a platform to deploy conversational ads across multiple channels saves time and money. All of this managed on one platform leads to much less effort, cost, and headache than what you're doing already, and all of those different fragmented solutions that are being used. And by creating one ad that can be used in multiple channels, you have the ability to deliver the same experience across all of these different channels. And with just a few clicks, you can have those campaigns up and running across multiple messaging and social channels. Using a dynamic converter to adapt a creative ad to multiple channels drives efficiency. As we've already talked about, and I want to really emphasize this point, you no longer will need to create different creative for different channels. Because as we talked about previously, technology has really evolved to a point now where ad creative can be dynamically converted to a specific channel without manual work. So as you can imagine, only having to build a creative asset once is going to save you a lot of time, effort, and money across all of these different channels and vendors. I have a few more questions here. What happens if a feature isn't supported on a certain channel? It's a great question, and it's one that comes up quite a bit. How does all of this magic work? Well, this is really where the intelligence of the platform really starts to show its value. And as these conversational ad experiences are being created, the platform will prompt you with a warning and then provide an alternative experience using only supported features for that channel. So as you are building these out and as the customer journey is being developed, the different requirements for all of the different channels have already been integrated in, and it's very easy to be able to update specific aspects for certain channels. How do you connect to different channels? It's really as easy as pressing the connect button. Once the conversational ad is built, because we have integrations into multiple channels, you simply go to the conversational ad, hit connect, and then it's connected into that channel. There are some channels that do require a little more setup, and they can't be automated. And that really gets into more messaging types of channels. How do you deliver a consistent customer experience across channels? This again goes back to the value of the platform. And the customer experience, or the conversational ad, is developed using a proprietary method that integrates into multiple channels without the need to build a unique customer experience for each channel. So that is how the consistent customer experience is delivered, because it's all coming from the same place. It's the same ad, the same customer journey, same customer experience, just being delivered to multiple channels from one platform. Here's another really great question. Nobody wants to have to create a whole bunch of new creative assets for a new ad. So, can I use my existing creative assets when developing these ads? Sure can. All of your existing assets can be repurposed. Shouldn't say all, but we would like to believe that all of them could be repurposed for the conversational ads, specifically images, videos, any kind of customer journeys that you have, any kind of copy, any of those different things can all be reused and integrated into a conversational ad. And on top of that, you have the ability to customize the look and feel of the ad. You can include background images, background colors, your own fonts, different avatars. There can be different button sizes. I could go on and on. But the reality is you have a blank canvas and you have the ability to use all of your existing assets, which speeds up the process, and then stylize the ad to match your company branding and look and feel. So how do I know it will work across the different channels? Well, as we talked about, when developing the conversational ad, there are prompts that are in the platform that tell you which functionality and media are available for the different channels. And then there's also an option in the platform to test the ad so that you can actually see the look and feel of the ad. And if you would like to see what it would look like as a landing page, that option is available also simply by cutting and pasting a URL provided, and then the ad comes to life in the browser. And now on to the last step, step 4. Using zero and first-party data captured in the conversational ad campaigns to refine the customer journey and conversational ad experience. So this one is very relevant right now. As we have discussed, we are currently going through a transition to a cookieless world and a cookieless environment, which is making zero and first-party data much more important. Because before, when you wanted data about audience buying habits, if you weren't capturing it and collecting it, you had to go buy it. And that's the second or third party data. And that was really used to help you better understand your audience, to build out those personas or surveys. Trying to get somebody to fill out a survey is next to impossible without some sort of gift, some sort of reward, whatever it might be. And then you're not even really sure if the data is correct or not for the most part. But now you can use the nativeMsg platform to capture this data in real time while your audience is interacting inside and engaging with your conversational ads. Because they are interactive, engaging ads where there are two-way interactions happening, there is data being captured. And this eliminates the need to spend time and money buying inaccurate third-party, second-party data for targeting. And as I have mentioned already, it makes your ads a data capture tool and provides real-time consumer insights. None of this information has been available ever before. Engaging ads deliver deeper insight. What does that mean? What it really means is being able to capture how your customer is interacting inside and with your conversational ad provides a view into deeper analytical data and insights about your customers' wants and needs. The ability to understand what your customers are looking for and what your audience is interested in is truly a game changer, because you can not only see that information, but you can also see the questions they're asking, the paths they're taking, and as I mentioned, the types of products they're searching for. So as a user is going through the conversational ad experience, you're getting real insight into what your audience is truly interested in. And then this data is used to adjust the ads across the channels to increase the conversions and the ROI, as we had already mentioned. We've already talked about zero and first party data and why it is critical right now to be focusing on looking for tools and looking for ways to start to capture this data. Because the reality is it's more privacy compliant and it's really more accurate. And this is really becoming essential. Consumers are concerned about their privacy and the changes that are happening in the digital ad ecosystem, like we talked about, cookies getting phased out, ad blockers, all of these different things that are now out there that are in the marketplace that consumers are using to protect their privacy are making the ability to look for zero and first party data tools that can help you capture that more important than ever before. I love this quote on the right hand side of the chart here that says that the data collectors really, for the most part, can't even get gender right, but then they can't even get ages right either. So when you're going out and you're spending all of this time and all of this money on buying this data, most of the time it's not even correct. This one's really true. Better data leads to more personalized audience experience. By capturing zero and first party data while your users are in ad and all of the other activity that's happening in the ad, you really have the ability to customize your audience's experience inside of these ads to bring a more personalized experience to your audience. And the data from the in-ad activity tying back to your media buy allows you to really better understand your audience demographics, their likes, their dislikes, preferences, and many, many, many other data points so that you can really start to understand what it is that they are truly looking for and what they're truly interested in. And as you can see on the right-hand side, 90% of consumers are willing to share data if you're making their lives cheaper or easier. And it's about that gravitating towards faster, more intuitive types of experiences that are saving us time. And if I can give you some data and you're going to save me time and money, I'll do it all day long. Personalization, though, can also reduce acquisition costs. It can lift revenues, and then it can also increase your marketing spend efficiency, which makes perfect sense. Because if you're delivering ads that people feel are targeted towards them or are talking directly to them using the data you've captured from the conversational ad campaigns, chances are that's going to increase your efficiency and your conversions. I mentioned this a little bit already, but do I own all of the data collected? We do not do anything with the data at all. All of the data collected is owned by our clients. They have full access to it. They can export it into Excel files. They can export it via APIs. You can really do whatever you would like with the data. It's yours, and we don't do anything with it. What types of data can I collect? Well, there's many different types of data, and it really comes down to what is the use case of the ad? How is the ad being used? Are you trying to capture specific demographic information while a user is browsing? Are you simply interested in what products people are interested in, what price points? All of those different things can be captured, again, along with the specific path that any one of those users is taking while they are interacting and engaging with the conversational ad. At this point, we've gone over quite a bit of information. We've gone through the 4 steps, talked about what a conversational ad is. So now let's go through and just take a look at a summary here of the different education steps that are required to run a successful conversational ad campaign. So as you can see, all you need to do are the 4 steps. Step number 1, create an engaging, interactive conversational ad. Step number 2, consolidate your purchase funnel by integrating traditional landing page elements into the conversational ad. Step 3, you're going to deploy those conversational ads across multiple channels, very simply, very easily. And then you're going to use the zero and first party data that's been captured to refine that customer journey and the conversational ad experience. 4 steps, and you can achieve an 18% conversion rate in 30 days using nativeMsg conversational ads. Now, there are a few ways to achieve this. Option 1, as we've discussed, is using multiple platforms. Option 1 is cobbling together multiple technologies, touch points, MarTech, AdTech, and requiring the user to move through each touch point. And as we have discussed, the more steps from the ad to the shopping cart, the lower the conversion, the more friction. And it's really creating more funnel drop-off points. It's more expensive, requires more complex, here's that word, integrations again, and is much more time consuming to use multiple technologies. And more expensive. Did I say more expensive? Your data is not aggregated, making effective customer insights really close to impossible. You've got multiple different platforms that are all collecting different pieces of data, and how do you pull all those together? Well, you do that using another platform. Your audience is forced to go through purchase funnels that are using outdated ad and landing page restrictions and technology. And then there's option 2. And option 2 is to work with nativeMsg and use conversational ads that are going to deliver that increased engagement and those conversions. And they're going to be built in 1/10 of the time for 1/10 of the cost. Again, I want to go over who this is for. And it's for B2C, e-commerce, and innovation, VPs, managers, marketers, really anybody in the B2C e-commerce space that has been tasked with trying to increase conversion rates and sales growth, but is struggling or is looking for a better, faster, easier way to do this in general. And that's what conversational ads are. They were really designed to streamline the purchase funnel and increase conversions for B2C e-commerce companies. Again, how do we know this works? Because we worked with a $1 billion B2C e-commerce retailer and helped them achieve an 18% conversion rate in 30 days using our conversational ads. And as you remember, one of those ads actually achieved a 23% conversion rate. All of this was done in 30 days. From the ad creation, the development, the design, the media buy, the execution of the campaign, all of the different steps and all of the different pieces that are required, all were completed within 30 days. Here's what's going to happen when you work with us. You're going to create a more functional ad experience that's going to increase conversions and ultimately sales. You're going to look like a hero for finding a solution for increasing conversions that nobody else knows about. You're going to convert more customers from your digital ads. You're going to feel empowered because, as we mentioned, you can see results immediately. All of this activity can be viewed in real time, so you understand how people are using your conversational ads. You're going to stop wasting time and money on all of those ineffective ad solutions and focus on the solution that's really going to drive those conversions for you. And you can achieve an 18% conversion rate in 30 days. How does that sound? You will get rid of overpriced agencies not delivering results and making them more money. You're not going to have to explain why your conversion rates are lower than expected because they're going to be going up and they're going to be increasing. You're going to be able to get rid of all of those ineffective solutions that you've cobbled together and all of those usernames and passwords also. All of the training manuals, all of those different things, and focus on one solution, one platform that's going to be able to solve your conversion problem. You're not going to worry about your job anymore because conversions are going to be going through the roof. Again, you're going to look like a hero because you've uncovered a solution to the conversion problem that no one is aware of yet. You're going to get rid of all of those old bad habits around different ads and around different ad metrics and around different ad KPIs and all of those different things and really start to focus on engagement, participation, and collecting zero and first party data. And finally, you're going to get rid of all of that wasted ad spend. And we know out there in the ad world, there's a lot of discussion around where the dollars are going and who's getting what dollars. And you're not going to have to worry about that anymore. You're going to be working with one vendor, doing a media buy, running ads, seeing results. Now let's talk about some of the features. We've gone over, all of the different steps and kind of talked about conversational ads and discussed the platform a little bit. But really, the native message conversational ads are going to create a unique, interactive, engaging user experience that's going to keep your audience's attention longer than other existing dynamic ad solutions. That creates more engagement. That creates more participation. That creates increased conversions. You're going to consolidate that purchase funnel into a conversational ad, eliminating multiple steps that are currently in place and some of those costs versus taking all of those different MarTech, ad tech, landing page, conversion optimization solutions and all of that to create your path to purchase. The conversational ad platform enables the creation and the hosting and execution of these interactive, engaging branded ads that are going to work across multiple messaging, social, ad, and landing pages without having to pay for multiple platforms, to remember all of those usernames and passwords, and have to learn a new piece of software all of the time. You're going to be focused on one platform, one tool that's going to deliver the results that you're looking for, all while capturing real-time zero and first-party data, which is going to provide you with insights, opinions, desires, all of this while your audience is engaging in these ads. And as we mentioned, you're able to see all of this in real time. So you're creating the ad, you're hosting the ad, you're delivering the ad, and you're monitoring the ad and all of the activity and all of the data, all from one platform. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about conversational ads. During the presentation, we went over a lot of information, and hopefully you're coming away with a better understanding of conversational ads and the power of these new ad units to deliver increased conversions, increased engagement, increased participation, and ultimately an increase in sales. To get started, head over to nativeMsg.io, or my contact information is below. Feel free to give me a call, send me an email. Happy to answer any additional questions or go over any unique situations or problems that you are dealing with currently. Following this is an extensive Q&A where I go over a lot more questions that have come up when discussing conversational ads. And thanks again. Can a user purchase a product in a conversational ad? Yes, but there are dependencies, and those factors include the channel. What can you do in the channel? Is commerce enabled in that channel? If it's not, then obviously a user can't purchase a product in that channel. But we have other ways of streamlining the process to remove a lot of the friction from the purchasing process also as well. The device, depending upon what the device format is, the form factor, all of those different things. And then the different payment options that are set up by the merchant. Those play into it also, and we're more than happy to help you along that path and help you understand that a little bit better. Can I connect to my CRM platform to pull in existing data? Absolutely. As I mentioned already, all of the data is yours. And if you want to be able to capture that data and then push it over to your CRM, or if you want to be able to pass it to a loyalty platform or any other third-party customer data platform, whatever it might be, you have the capability and the power to do that. Can I customize the conversational ads at any point in time? Yes, you can. The conversational ads are all hosted and delivered from the nativeMsg platform. And it is not a static image. It is a living, breathing ad that you have the ability to go in and update copy, update images, add a video, change a user path. All of those different things can be accomplished in real time. And as those are done, those are then delivered via the ad unit while that ad unit is part of a campaign. Can I see the path that users are taking while engaging with a conversational ad? You sure can. We are, again, tracking and capturing all of the different data, all of the different insights, all of the different activity that your audience is doing while they are interacting and engaging in your ad. Can I see these analytics in real time? As we have mentioned, all of this is happening in real time. It's all being captured in real time. When a user interacts with an ad and they pick a color, you know right away. When they pick a shirt size, you know right away. When they say they are interested in a certain product, you know right away. All of that information is available right inside of your account. Can I use existing assets when developing these ads? If you couldn't, we would probably really be in trouble, because the last thing you want to do is to have to create all brand new assets to work with a new ad unit. It doesn't sound like fun, does it? Well, you don't have to worry about that, because you can use existing assets to build out these experiences, existing images, existing copy, existing videos, all of those things. And even on top of it, I know we don't like to use the term integration, but we can actually pull your product catalog in real time into a conversational ad as the user is interacting with that ad. Very, very powerful technology. How do you deliver a consistent customer experience across channels? This really gets into the platform and the proprietary method that we have developed and created to be able to take one conversational ad and deliver it across multiple channels. And as we have discussed, we make it very simple and very easy because we tell you what you can and cannot do. You don't have to guess. We take all the guesswork out of, can I use this image? Can I make this number of buttons? Can I use this color? Can I use this background? We tell you right away while the ad is being built what you can and cannot do for each one of those different channels. How does this data differ from my current campaign stats? Currently most of you are tracking impressions, you're tracking click-through rates, but you're not really tracking engagement. You're not tracking audience participation. You're not tracking the path in ad that users are going on. You're not able to capture data inside of your ad units to be able to refine the ad experience for your audience. These conversational ads provide you with valuable insights into all of those interactions that you cannot get anywhere else. And as I mentioned previously, even if the user doesn't click through in the ad, because all of this is happening in real time, you see all of that data. So even if someone comes and interacts and then, as I mentioned, doesn't get across the finish line, there's still a ton of value being created by using conversational ads. So how easy is it to create these personalized audience experiences? We've really created a platform that is very simple and easy to use. We have templates that can be used. All of the information that is captured is associated to a human profile so that that data can then be used to deliver a personalized experience. And even if it's not being used for a specific human, as you are looking at all of the results and all of the data from an ad campaign, a conversational ad campaign, and tying that to the targeting of the media buy, it gives you a much better view and a much better understanding of your audience and the users who you're trying to reach, and potentially opportunities that you didn't even know existed. What happens if a feature isn't supported on a certain channel? Again, it gets back to the intelligence of the platform, the proprietary method that we have developed for this, and all of the tools that we've combined under one platform. We make it very simple and very easy to help you and to guide you on your path to creating conversational ads that increase conversions, deliver increased engagement, participation, interaction. All of those different elements are all part of that experience, and the platform walks you through the process. What types of data can I collect? It's really up to you. There's many different use cases for using conversational ads, and we specifically are focusing on B2C e-commerce companies to help them increase conversions using our conversational ad. And as I have mentioned, every time someone interacts with the ad, every button that is pressed, every choice that is made, every question that is asked is all part of the data that you're collecting. Where can I access all of this data? All right from your account. It's your data. You do what you want with it, export it, tie it to a CRM, send it to a loyalty platform, use it to create a better experience, use it to help you increase your conversions. It's your data and you use it however you want, and it's all available inside of your account on our platform. Who builds these conversational ads? We really can help you along your journey to building these ads by providing you with different templates. And we can also work with you to build out your first conversational ad, or you can do it all yourself. And as I mentioned already, most clients don't do it themselves. Most clients rely on us to help them get over the initial learning curve. And that's really why, we're focusing really on working with a select number of people every month to really help them really use our tools effectively and to increase those conversion rates. It really depends on how you want to work. We can be involved as much as you want or as little as you want, but we are here to help you to be successful. This sounds great, but I don't have the budget right now. Totally get it. It's new technology, and there's some skepticism around it and some, hesitation around moving forward with a new tool. That's why we're giving you a month for free and including a 60-day money-back guarantee. We want to basically remove the risk from moving forward with trying these conversational ads, figuring out if they're going to be effective for you. We think they will be. And really ultimately seeing the increase in conversion that you are going to realize by using conversational ads. Because we really do believe that the results will speak for themselves. Who is this $1 billion retailer you keep referencing? It's a question that I get quite often. And unfortunately, we are under a strict legal agreement and we can't really share the name of the $1 billion B2C e-commerce retailer. And I think that's important for you to understand also, because any information that you share with us, anything that you do with us is all confidential. And we take that very seriously. We've signed multiple NDAs. And if I was here just spouting off names of all of these people, that wouldn't be fair to them, and it wouldn't be fair to you, because that shows that we don't take these types of agreements seriously and take the confidentiality of your information seriously also as well. But I can tell you that they are one of two market leaders in their major retail segment. Can you really achieve 18% conversion rates? Yes, we did it. I showed you the results. It can happen. You could realize a 23% conversion rate, but maybe getting to a 6% conversion rate would be huge for you. I'm sure that we can make that happen and help you get there. Now, maybe it's 34%. I'm not going to promise you anything, but if you give us a chance and you let us work with you to help you understand your business and your unique problems and the issues that you're running into with your conversions, hopefully we can get you there. And we've also created a conversion calculator, which we've gone over a little bit already, but we've got that available for you too, so you can actually calculate and estimate your return on ad spend. Here's another one too. We talked about all this different ad tech and martech and integrations and software platforms and multiple vendors. And so does this require me to add anything to my marketing stack? No. As we mentioned already, it's simply a new piece of creative. We host that creative. That creative is developed on our platform. That creative can be optimized and updated in real time. So there really isn't anything that needs to be added to your marketing stack to be able to get started right away. However, we can integrate into your other tools in the stack to pull in information, to provide more personalization, get into data warehousing, and then even targeting. So again, the answer is no, but if there are tools and pieces that you have in your existing MarTech stack that you would like to use as part of the conversational ad experience, absolutely. I only advertise on social media. Will this work for me? Yes. As we mentioned already, these conversational ads can be deployed across multiple channels. And those channels can be social media applications, messaging applications. They can be landing pages. They can really be displayed anywhere where someone is looking at ads or is on the internet. We make it very, very simple to deploy these ads across multiple channels all over the place. And that is going to ultimately increase engagement inside of your social media advertisements and allows you to control that experience to capture insights not only from typical display ads, but also across all of the different ad environments where you have ads running. Can our ads be distributed through my DSP? Yes, many of our clients are integrating conversational ads into their current media buys. And the tag is actually created when the conversational ad is developed. And then you can simply cut and paste that tag from your account. You can then integrate any kind of tracking tags, UTM tags, pixels, whatever it might be. That tag is then provided to the DSP. As I mentioned already, we host the ad, so that tag then pulls the information directly from your account on the nativeMsg platform, and it's really that simple. We've actually tested these conversational ads across many of the largest DSPs. The billion-dollar B2C e-commerce retailer used The Trade Desk. I'm sure you're all familiar with that company. If you have any questions about a particular DSP or there's anything, feel free to reach out to me, or you can shoot an email to support@nativeMsg, and we're happy to answer any questions for you on any of your specific situations or platforms you're using already. I have a large text messaging list. Can I use it there? As we mentioned already, these conversational ads can be integrated into many channels, and one of those is messaging. So yes, the conversational ad experience can be included using a simple URL inside of your text messaging campaigns that the user would click on and then be taken right into that conversational ad experience right on their mobile device. And this is a great way to include dynamic content into, kind of a stale channel. Not that text messaging isn't effective. There's just not a lot of rich media and there's not a lot of interactivity, mostly, text and emojis. And now you can take that and bump that up to an entirely brand new experience. Again, that's creating engagement. It's creating interactivity, capturing data, and increasing conversion. I have tried everything under the sun and cannot increase my conversions more than 1%. Is this really going to work for me? Our results are showing consumers like to engage with a brand to learn and discover and really emotionally invest in that brand before a purchase. We're really seeing that right now across a lot of different categories. But really, in the B2C e-commerce space specifically, they want to understand what you're about. They want to trust you. They want to be part of the experience. They want to be involved and really feel like they're part of the experience. And conversational ads really allow you to put your best foot forward, to have that automated conversation with your audience during what could be the initial experience with your brand. And you really want to, as I said, put your best foot forward. Show them a good time. Create some engagement. Create some interactivity. Give them something to click on and to play with. And as I mentioned previously, the canvas is really empty. And you can create any kind of experience that you want to create using all of the different branding, colors, logos, creative assets. All of those different things can be used. And at the end of the day, you will see higher results just based upon the simple fact that conversational ads increase engagement. My current ads are working just fine. I don't need this. So we know a lot of you have spent a lot of time and effort and energy perfecting your current ads and your current ad campaigns, and you're probably seeing some pretty good results. But as we mentioned, technology has made some tremendous advancements. Everyone's talking about AI, machine learning, all of those different things. And all of those really are real. And all of those really are having an effect on advertising and display advertising and social media advertising as we know it. And we know you need to justify the ROI in your own head, but we know based upon the conversations that we're having with customers and the results that they're seeing that ROI is going to be worth the effort. And also, as conversational ads become more commonplace, consumers are going to begin to expect these types of experiences, and you want your brand to be there. You want your brand really to be leading that charge and to be at the forefront of this new conversational ad experience. And you really want to be at the forefront of this conversational ad ecosystem beginning to evolve and beginning to mature. Static ads are just not going to cut it moving forward and in the future. You're starting to see that a lot already, but nothing like conversational ads. This is a question that I get all of the time because we're talking about new technology. We're talking about something that just seems so complicated and so big. And really, where do you start? So conversational ads are the newest form of B2C communication. And with any new technology, there is a learning curve. As we mentioned, you have to get up to speed. But what we've done is we have made this very simple by creating templates, by tying in all of the different channels into the platform, by creating a tool that walks you through the process, that tells you what you can and cannot do. With our staff, our account managers, everybody here on this end is dedicated to making sure that you are successful using our conversational ads. We are the technology experts. We will take care of all of the technology and then work with you to understand how to build the most effective conversational ads that we can that are going to increase those conversions for you. This seems expensive compared to other ad creatives. It might be, but with a 60-day money-back guarantee, there's really no risk to get started. And yeah, like I said, it might seem more expensive and it might be a little more expensive than one of the other platforms that you're using. But you're not comparing apples to apples. You're not using one platform to do everything that the native message platform can do with conversational ads. You're taking many, many different pieces of technology that you're using currently, and you're integrating them all under one umbrella, all into one platform. And conversational ads are robust, intelligent, and they will provide a larger return on investment in the end. They really are the future of business to consumer relationships, and creating those conversational ads that are more interactive and engaging are going to pay large dividends to your bottom line over time. Many of you are thinking this to yourselves. I don't have time to implement a new platform right now. And we totally get it. Again, that's part of the month for free. It's part of the 60-day money-back guarantee, but it's also how we designed the platform. We didn't design the platform to be a Salesforce integration. We designed the platform to be modular, so you can start small and go from there. I always tell people, you're probably thinking about hitting the home run right now, but let's focus on singles and doubles. Everybody always likes a baseball analogy, but it makes sense, right? You definitely want to get to that point where you're just cranking it out of the park, but let's get there. Let's get some wins so you can really see how this technology works and what it's going to do for you. And again, we're doing all the heavy lifting. We're taking care of the technology. There are templates that we have set up. We have staff that will walk you through the entire process. I'll help you figure all of this out and walk you through the entire process of getting and moving from an idea to a conversational ad that is part of a campaign. We don't have the resources. Can you help? Absolutely. We can help you get started. As I mentioned, we have many different templates. We have many different design themes that you can use. You're probably going to want to do and use your own branding, but we can get you up and running in as little as a day. And then depending upon, any kind of, again, integrations or any kind of complexity that you're thinking about on your end, we can work with you and help find ways to be able to figure out what the best strategy is to get you started with conversational ads. Are there any long-term contracts? We have a lot of different ways that you can get started with us, including the 60-day money-back guarantee. Annual agreements and annual contracts have become very popular in the last couple of years. Sign up for a year and get 10% off, pay this per month, pay this annually, all of those different things. The reality is anytime you agree to an annual term or an annual agreement, there's going to be some cost efficiencies that we as a company can provide to you, but it's not required. And we get it. New technology from a new solution provider in the marketing space. We really want to eliminate any of the roadblocks and any of the risks so you can try conversational ads. Here's another question I get asked all the time. How do I justify this cost to my boss? The return on investment and money back guarantee, are there for those reasons. It should really speak for themselves. You can use the conversion calculator to estimate the return on ad spend. And at the end of the day, if you don't achieve the results that you're looking for, our 60-day money-back guarantee eliminates all of the risk involved in getting started with native message and our conversational ads. Do I need to use my existing content server? No. The creative is hosted, developed, managed, optimized, edited, all using the native message platform. There is no need for a content server when you're using conversational ads. We provide you with the tag or we provide you with the URL that can then be used to make that conversational ad experience come to life. Do I need to handle my own media buy? Typically most of the people we're talking to are already doing media buys. So they already have an existing relationship in place. So they're basically leveraging that relationship and then just swapping out the creative. But if you do need assistance with the media buy or you want us to get more involved on that side, we certainly can. It just depends on how involved, you want us to be and how involved we need to get as part of that process. But happy to have that conversation with you and explore those opportunities with you. Can I have live agents interact with users in my conversational ads? Now, this is something that is very, very interesting. You can actually have live agents interact with users in ad while the ad is being displayed. So if someone is going through the conversational ad and you've created a place for them to ask a question, or you've created a way for them to get additional information, that can all happen in the ad, or they can be taken out of the ad into any existing platform you're already using. And then that interaction and that conversation can happen there. So now you're thinking to yourself, those results from that $1 billion B2C e-commerce company were really great, but we don't do a lot of 300 by 600 ads. So does that create an issue or a problem? Are there size restrictions for those ads? And the answer is no. The ads can be as big or as small as you want them to be. Common sizes for conversational ads are 300 by 600, 970 by 250, 300 by 250, and then 336 by 280, along with really any other size that you want it to be. You're in control of the size. You're in control of the look and feel. You're in control of the entire experience. And all of that can be taken care of all using the nativeMsg platform. Can I create a conversational ad and then use it in multiple different sizes? Yes. You can take any conversational ad and using the conversational ad designer, change the sizes, change the look and feel, optimize it for different sizes, all coming from the same original conversational ad. Can I include links to videos in my ads? You sure can. You have YouTube links, Vimeo links, any other video hosting that you're doing. You just simply cut and paste the URL into the conversational ad experience, and it's displayed directly right inside of the ad. How do I know a user has interacted with my conversational ad? So one of the things that comes up in conversations I have with people is, so they ask, so is there a static image that's there and then someone clicks on that and then they're taken into a conversation? No. The ad that is displayed on the page is the first step of the conversation. And then once your user comes over and actually interacts with the ad or touches the ad, that's how we know that someone is interacting with the ad, because they're pressing a button. They're making a choice. They're asking a question. They're beginning the customer journey. And once that happens, we know that we have a real user. We know that there is a real person on the other side that is clicking and interacting inside of that ad. And one last question. You're probably thinking to yourself, all of this sounds great. And that 60-day money-back guarantee sounds really good also, but really, what are the terms of the guarantee? Sometimes these things can be a little fuzzy. But we really want to make it really simple for you. If within 60 days of signing up, you ask to cancel the service, we're going to refund 100% of your money. And it's not going to include, obviously any extra services if there's any kind of custom development, or if we're getting into other areas where there are additional costs like short code messaging, media buys, anything like that. But from the get-go, we'll make it very clear to you what that guarantee looks like. And the bottom line is we believe in our technology. And if it's not showing a positive ROI for you, you can have your money back. No strings attached.